Hey, what's up guys? So finally I've got my Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra, and in this video I want to talk about 50 tips and tricks, hidden features and cool things that you can do with Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra. So without any further delay, let's get started. Samsung has integrated a very cool hidden feature into the calculator app on this watch. So if I go into the calculator app, we get the regular calculator here, but if I swipe up, we have tips and units conversion available on this app on the watch. You don't have to download these apps separately anymore. So if we go in tips calculation, simply enter the price at the top here. You change the percentage here, and then you simply swipe up and down as to how much people are there in your party. And as you swipe up and down, it changes how much each person will contribute, what is the tip amount and what is the total that you will be paying. And then we have units conversion. So if you go in units conversion, you have area and you can change this category. So let's go in length, and then here you can change units, whatever you want to do, and then just type in whatever you want and it comes up with the result. Another very cool hidden feature is in the app drawer. So by default this is the app drawer that we get, but we can also create folders here. So just tap on an app and hold it, and then you can move it around and move it over another app, and this will create the folder. You can change the folder name, you can change the folder color, and finally you can add more apps to this folder. Once you're done, go back, and now you have folders available in your app drawer. And this is a very nice way to organize your app drawer. You can have just few folders with all the related apps in them, and that will declutter your app drawer. Did you know that Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra watch faces come with a special night mode? So if I long press on the watch face and customize it, and then I can swipe to the left until I get to the night mode, and here if I swipe up, I get to this red mode. And then let's go back, and there we have it. We have a red color night mode for our watch faces. Now there are three options here. You can turn it off, you can select on, or you can select auto, so it will automatically switch between the red mode and the normal mode when it is night or day. But this mode does not work for all the watch faces. There are specific watch faces that support this special night mode. On Galaxy Watch Ultra, Samsung has also given us this one extra button, which is the action button, and you can connect different features to this action button. So for that we'll just go in settings, and here just below battery we have buttons and gestures. So if we go in here, the first thing that we can do here is to set up an action when we press this button. So if we go in here, you can have it turn on Samsung Health, and you can go in here further and you can select individual workouts that you want to launch when you press this button. So that's one. And then we've got other features here, things like stopwatch, flashlight, water lock mode, and none. So if you don't want this button to do anything, you can select none. And then we have pretty limited features that we can connect with this button right now, and I am hoping that in the future Samsung will open it up to allow us to launch pretty much anything on this watch. But right now it seems like we have very limited features that we can launch with this button. So if I press stopwatch here, and then it tells me how to use it. So let's try this out. Press once, stopwatch starts. Press once again to stop, press again to resume, and then double press to record the lap, which is right here. And then I can press it again to pause it, and then press and hold to reset the stopwatch. So that's how this functions, and I'm guessing it's different for everything. We have a different set of instructions for flashlight, and then we'll have something different for water lock. And then the second option here is start action with, whether you want to start this action with short press or you want to do it with double press. Now I've selected double press, and if I press it once, nothing happens. For everything to happen now, I have to double press this quick button. Now I want to talk about one of my favorite features on Galaxy Watch Ultra, and that is the hand gestures while you are wearing the watch, and you can control different features of the watch with these hand gestures. So for that, I'm gonna put this watch on and then we'll talk. So now if I go in settings, go in buttons and gestures, scroll all the way down, I will get to gestures. Now the first one is double pinch. Now if I go in here, you can see that this is basically the gesture. This gesture can be used to answer calls, dismiss alerts, launch apps, control your music, and take photos. So an alarm is going to sound right now, and I'm going to use my gesture and it will show me on the display how I can dismiss the alarm. So there you go, and you can see this gesture right here. It's telling me that I can use this gesture to turn off the alarm. So you have to do it properly, because otherwise the watch will not register it. So make sure that you are making a proper gesture. Next up, we have shake to dismiss. So you can shake your wrist like this to dismiss different features, like you can decline incoming calls or dismiss alerts such as alarms and timers and reminders. Now you can turn this feature on and we can try it. So there you go. So that's how this one works. And then we have knock feature, and once again you can use this feature, and there you go, and they work pretty well if you are doing them right. Now if you go in settings, you can go in modes, and the first thing you will see here is sleep mode. Now if you go in here, you can turn it on, or you can also set a schedule here. So you can select your days, and then from here you can select the time from where you want to start it to the point where you want to end it, and then your schedule will be set. And down here you can also read what it will do. It will turn off always on display, raise wrist to wake, and touch screen to wake, and it will also turn on to not disturb mode. If you go in settings and then go in modes, you will find theater mode here. Now what this does is that it will turn off always on display, touch screen to wake, raise wrist to wake, system sounds, alarm sounds, and timer sounds. And then you can select the duration of the theater mode. So if you're going to watch a movie in a cinema, in a theater, you can select the time, and then it will turn off all of these things, and you can ensure that your watch will not disturb you while you're watching the movie or people around you as well. So just turn it on, and then once it's on, you will see this icon at the top which indicates that the theater mode is turned on. And to turn it off, you can simply go in quick settings and turn it off from here. Now if we go in settings and then in notifications, and here we go all the way down and go in advanced settings, here you will get some more advanced controls related to notifications on your watch. So here you can turn on new notification indicator on watch face. So whenever you will get a notification, an orange dot will appear on the left side of the screen. You can have your notifications read out aloud to you. You can select to show notifications with details. So whenever you will get a notification on your watch, it will have details as well. So for example, if you get a WhatsApp message, the message will also display on the screen. And then we have turn on screen. So if you turn this feature on, whenever you will receive a notification on the watch, the screen will light up. Next up, we have auto turn on watch notifications for new phone apps. So if you select this one, all the new apps that you will download on your phone, their notifications will be turned on automatically. If you will turn this feature off, you will have to go in the apps here manually and turn the notifications from here for each app that you have downloaded. On Galaxy Watch Ultra, you also get the watch only mode, which is for extreme situations when you need to conserve the battery of the watch, but at the same time you want the watch to do its main function, and that is to show you time. To turn this feature on, you have to go in settings, go in battery, go all the way down, and here you will see this option called watch only. And if you turn this on, you will get 16 days and 13 hours of use. So let's go ahead and turn it on. And there you have it. We just have time here. We don't have anything else on this watch. Now it will turn back on if you charge the watch, so let's do that. So there you go, the watch is turning back on. If you go in settings and then go in sounds and vibration, and here you will go in vibration, here you will see two options, vibration duration and then we have vibration intensity. So not only you can select between the duration, you can also choose the intensity of vibration, whether you want light or strong intensity. So a short one will be a short duration of vibration, long one will go on a little longer. And if we go down here, we can also select different vibration types for different notifications. So for calls, for notifications, for messages or whatever. Now if you go in here, you can see that they have some really interesting ones here. And then my favorite one is engine. So engine is like the roar of an engine, and you can actually feel it pretty strongly on your wrist if you turn this on. And then we also have fireworks. If you go in settings and then go in display, here you will see this feature called screen wake up, and then we have two options. So we have raise wrist to wake and touch screen to wake. So if you turn this feature on and if your display is turned off, you can raise your wrist and the display will turn on, and then you can also touch screen to wake up. So if I tap on the display, it will turn on. Now you can also turn these features off if you want. So if I turn this off and I raise the watch display like raising a wrist, it will not turn on. And similarly, if I turn off touchscreen to wake and I tap on the display, it will not wake up unless I press a button. Now the next feature that I want to talk about is called show last app. So if I go in settings and then go in display, scroll up, and here I will see this feature called show last app, and this one works with screen timeout. Now here my screen timeout is 15 seconds and my show last app duration is 5 seconds, and I can go in here and I can change it to 20 seconds or 2 minutes. Now what happens is that if I am using any particular app, like for example I am using settings right now, and after 15 seconds the display will turn off, and then if I tap on the display within 5 seconds, I will still stay in the same app. But if I tap on the display after 5 seconds, I will go back to the watch face. Let me show you how this works. And the display is about to turn off any second now. So there it goes. Now if I tap on it, I am still in settings. Now if I would have tapped after 5 seconds, I would have gone back to the watch face. Let me show you that example as well. Let the screen turn off. Now I'm going to wait for 5 seconds, and after that I'll tap the display, and now I will go back to the watch face. There you go. If you are living in a cold environment and you have to wear gloves all the time, you can turn on screen touch sensitivity as well, so that then you can use the display with the gloves as well. And you can turn this on by going in settings and then go in display, scroll up, and here you will see this feature called touch sensitivity. Now if I turn this on, I will then be able to use the display with gloves on. Now I don't have gloves right now, so I'm just going to use the end of my hoodie here. Now I can scroll the display even with this cloth on my finger, which is great if you are living in countries that are cold and you have to use gloves a lot. You can then do this. Galaxy Watch Ultra gives you a lot of granular control over notifications, and if you go in settings and go in notifications, you can go in app notifications, and here you can see all the apps individually. Go in them and you can disable their notifications. But then we get into some more details here. So the first one is show phone notifications on watch. Now if I go in here, you can select to show alerts on the watch when the phone is not in use. So if you're not actively using the phone, only then you will get notifications on the watch. But if you will select the second one, show alerts even when phone in use. Even if you are using the phone actively and you're getting notifications on your phone, you will still get notifications on the watch. Then we have mute notifications on phone. So if you will turn this feature on, all your notifications on the phone will be muted and you will get alerts about those notifications on your watch alone. If I'm charging my watch and I want to see the charging information display on the screen, I can turn on the show charging information as well. Now if I put this watch on charging right now, you will see that it is charging, but I am not getting any information on the display. So now I can go in settings and then go in display and then scroll up and turn on show charging information. And now once the display goes dark, I will see charging information. On Galaxy Watch Ultra you can also turn on power saving mode. So all you have to do is go in settings and go in battery here, and it actually shows you how much battery is left and for how long you can use this battery. So in this case I've got 84% battery left and I can use it for 1 day and 17 hours. But I can turn on the power saving mode here as well, and that will increase the battery life to 2 days and 20 hours, which is great. And it also tells you what it will do. So it will turn off the wake up gesture, always on display and Wi-Fi. It will limit the CPU performance, background usage and location and syncing, and then it will decrease the brightness and it will decrease the screen timeout. And finally you can also set to limit the health features. So if you go in here, you can turn on this feature, and here you can see that when power saving is on, the features below are turned off. So workout auto detection will be turned off, high and low heart rate alerts will be off, background heart rate, HRV, stress, skin temperature, blood oxygen measurements, everything will be turned off. And movement and respiration aren't measured during sleep, and your sleep score won't be calculated. Your bedtime and wake up time will still be recorded. So all of these features will be turned off if you turn on limit health features. On Galaxy Watch Ultra you can also sync your modes on the watch with the modes on your phone, and to do that simply go in settings, go in modes, and here if you will scroll up you will see this option, sync modes with phone. Now once you turn this feature on, you will get all the modes that you have on your phone on your watch as well. So if I turn this on here, you will see that now I will see a lot more modes on the watch. So now I have work, relax, exercise, driving and theater and sleep. On this watch, Samsung has also included the Siren feature, which is connected to this action button. So if we go in settings, go in buttons and gestures, scroll up, you will then see this option here, Siren. So if you go in here, you can turn this feature on, and then what happens is you can press and hold this button for 5 seconds to launch the siren, and this is actually a pretty high pitched sound that the watch will emit. So there you go, you can already listen to it, and then it goes into even higher frequency sound that can actually be heard pretty far away, and then it goes into this rampant sound. So this is a feature that you can use if you are in danger. You can turn this feature on just by pressing this button for 5 seconds, and the siren will turn on, and obviously the purpose is to draw attention to yourself. On this watch you can also create multiple timers going on at the same time. So if we go into the timer app, you can start first timer and then swipe to the left, and then you can select another timer, select another timer, and then select another timer. And you can also swipe through them and see what's going on with each timer. You can pause them, cancel them, and if you tap on this button here, they appear as a list. On Galaxy Watch Ultra we also have these two regular buttons. So we have a home button and the back button. If we go in settings, go in buttons and gestures, scroll up, we'll get to home button. So home button, you can select double press and then press and hold. So if you go in double press, you can select to go to the most recent app, so the last app that you were using, or you can select your exercises, water log, and pretty much any app that you have installed on your watch. Because I was using settings app right now, I'm just going to double press it to go back into the settings app. So that's how this works. And then we have press and hold. And press and hold, you can press and hold this button to launch Bixby, Google Assistant, or launch the power off menu. Then we also have the back button here, so you can select the short press option. So short press to go to the previous screen, which is its out of the box setting, or you can also select it to show recent apps. And if you choose that and you tap on it, it will show you all the recent apps. But then the question is, how do you go back? So you simply go back by swiping in from the left edge of the display. Did you know that your Galaxy Watch Ultra can detect automatically when you start to work out? You can set this up by going in settings and then go in health, go all the way down, and here you will see activities to detect. Turn this on and tap on it to go in it, and here you can turn on individual activities that you want the watch to detect. So you can turn on for walking, running, bike, elliptical trainer, rowing machine, pool swim, dynamic workout. So whenever you will be doing any one of these activities without first turning on the activity from the workouts, the watch will do it for you, and it will automatically detect what you're doing, and it will start recording that activity. You can have your Galaxy Watch Ultra to measure your heart rate continuously, and for that we need to go in settings and then go all the way down to health settings and go in here. And the first one here is the heart rate, and if we go in here we have three options. So we can measure heart rate continuously, every 10 minutes, or manual only. And if we go down, you can also set up alerts for high heart rate, and you can set the limit here. You can go from 150 to 100. You can set an alert for low heart rate, and you can go from 40 to 60. But these two features work only when you have either measure continuously or every 10 minutes while still turn on. If you turn on manual only, they will not work. Now on Galaxy Watch Ultra you can also do some breathing exercises. Now for that, let's go in settings and go in health, and here you can first set up your stress to either measure continuously or manual only, and then you can go in this widget here, this one, and this is your stress widget, and here you can simply scroll down, and if you select measure continuously, the watch will give you your entire day and your stress levels throughout the day. But if you scroll down, here you get to your breathing exercise. Now here you can see that we have the duration and the cycles. You can start it from here. You can increase or decrease the cycles. Duration depends on how you set up your cycles, and that can be done from breathe duration. Now here you can set up inhale duration, hold duration, and exhale duration. You can do some popular patterns here like 4-4-4 and 4-7-8 and do these breathing exercises, and that will ensure that you're doing some mindfulness sessions through your watch, which is great. You can then start it, and then the watch vibrates to tell you when you're inhaling, and then it counts down to hold seconds, and after that it will vibrate again to show you that you are now exhaling, and that is how you can do some breathing exercises on this watch. We also have snore detection on Galaxy Watch Ultra, so if you are wearing this watch to sleep every night, your watch can record your snoring. So for that we'll go in settings, go in health, and then go in sleep, and here you will see snore detection. Now you can go in here, and then it tells you to manage the rest of it on your phone. So I'm gonna do that. So here you can see that you can set up detect snoring to always or once. You can also select to record the audio of your snoring, and then you can also select how many days you want this data to be stored. So if you go in here, it's either 7, 31 or 100 days, and down here it tells you some instructions on how to record your snoring. So you have to be wearing the watch, band or ring, whatever Samsung thing you have, and place your phone on a stable surface near your head, such as a nightstand, with the bottom of the phone pointed towards you. So these are the conditions to record your snoring. Now if you want to listen to yourself snoring, you can go in sleep, go all the way down. You can select the day and then go all the way down, and here you can see that your watch has recorded 3 hours and 38 minutes of snoring. That's my case. Your case can be different. You can go in here, and there we go. We have all the recordings of me snoring at night, and I don't want to bore you with these recordings because that's so soulful and I have copyrights on that. I don't want you to listen to this. But anyways, that's how you can record yourself snoring at night. Next up, you can also set up inactivity time alerts on Galaxy Watch Ultra, and for that simply go in settings. Now go in health and scroll all the way down to inactive time alerts. The watch will detect that you have been inactive for 15 minutes. It will alert you. Now you can come in here and you can select the time between which you want the watch to detect inactivity. So you can set up the start time, end time, and then the days. If you don't want the watch to detect inactivity during weekends, you can just turn off the weekend days and turn on the weekdays, and then press done, and then you can see that between this time on these days your watch will detect any sort of inactivity and it will alert you. You can also set up a screen lock for your Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra, and to do that, go in settings and then go in security and privacy, and here you will see this option, lock type. Go in here and it gives you two options to lock the display of your watch. You can set up a pattern, or you can set up a pin as well. So let's go in pattern, and it will ask me to draw the pattern again, and now the lock has been set. You can also make the pattern visible or invisible, and you can set it up to hide any information, and if someone tries to unlock your watch after 20 attempts, the watch will auto reset and delete everything from your watch. And to use your watch again after it's reset, you will need to verify with your Google account saved on this watch. So that's very important. If you set up this screen lock and someone tries to unlock the watch after 20 attempts, not only does the watch reset, you will need to verify the watch again through your Google account that is on the watch to be able to use the watch again. So that's the security for your watch. Now if I turn on the display again, the watch will ask me for the pattern, so I can put in the pattern and that will unlock the watch. Now the watch also detects if you are wearing the watch, and as long as you are wearing the watch it will not lock again, but as soon as you take off the watch it will lock again. You can also set up ongoing icons on your watch that appear at the bottom of the display to know what's going on in the background on your watch. So for that we can go in settings, go in advanced features, and then scroll down to see and turn on show ongoing icons. So once you turn them on, if you are playing music on your phone or on your watch, you will then see these icons on your watch dancing at the bottom of the display to tell you that there is music playback going on in the background on your watch. Similarly, if you go in stopwatch or timer and you go back, the timer icon will appear at the bottom of the display and you can tap on it to access the timer. And the same thing happens with workouts and stopwatch as well. So if we go in workouts and we start a workout, and now we go back to the home screen, you can see this ongoing icon at the bottom of the display, and we can always tap on these icons to go back into the activity that's happening in the background. On Galaxy Watch Ultra you can set up SOS and emergency contacts as well, so in case of an emergency you can quickly launch SOS. So for that we will go in settings and then go in safety and emergency, and here go in emergency SOS, and here you can turn it on. Requires swipe to call, so that's for protective feature. Unless you swipe it, it will not make the call. Emergency call number and share info with emergency contacts, you can do that, and then press the home button 5 times to call an emergency number. So this is the home button, simply press it 5 times to call the emergency number that you have set here, and then it will also share the SOS with your contacts. And you can also set up your emergency contacts from here. You can also add your medical information for people to know. If you have a medical information that in case something happens to you in public, you want people to know that you have a certain medical condition, you can set that up here as well. So I'm going to try and launch the SOS now, and there you go. But this will not call it unless I will swipe. So I have to swipe the SOS button and then it will make the call. So that way, if you have launched this SOS by accident, you have the option to still not send it. Galaxy Watch Ultra also detects and records your blood oxygen levels while you are sleeping, as well as your skin temperature. And to turn these features on, go in settings, then go in health, and here go in sleep. Now here you can see straight away that we have blood oxygen during sleep turned on by default, and then we also have skin temperature during sleep turned on by default as well. So how does this show up and where you can access this data? And that's in the sleep section on your phone. Go in Samsung Health, go in sleep, and here if you scroll up, you will see your blood oxygen during sleep and how it varies throughout the night, and you can read about it right here. Then you can also see your skin temperature while you were sleeping. So you can go in here, you can see the variations throughout the night, and you can read about skin temperature here as well for more information. You can set up to receive emergency wireless alerts on your watch directly, and for that we will go in settings, go in safety and emergency, and go all the way down, and you will find wireless emergency alerts. So go in here and you can turn this on, and you will get alerts for extreme threats to life and property, severe threats to life and property, amber alerts, test alerts, and everything. You can have the alert to be read out aloud on your watch as well if you turn this feature on. So you can have your watch receive these alerts as well in addition to your phone. You can also set up your Galaxy Watch Ultra to detect any hard falls, and for that simply go in settings, go in safety and emergency, and here if you scroll down you will see hard fall detection. So by default this is turned off, so you have to turn it on from here. And then you can also turn on require a swipe to call. So if the watch detects a fall, it will then launch the emergency SOS, but it will not make the call to the emergency services unless you swipe the SOS call button. So this is your protection against making accidental calls to emergency services. In case it's a false positive, you don't want your watch making calls to emergency services for false positives. So that is why there is a layer of protection here. And then you can also play a warning sound after a fall is detected. You can test that sound here as well. Play sound on both watch and phone, so you can play the sound on your watch as well as on your phone. And then you can select the emergency number here, and then this is the important part: when to detect falls, only during workouts or always. So if you have a condition where you are anticipating a fall at any time, you can set it to always. But then you can also turn this feature off, require swipe to call, because otherwise your rescue can be delayed or stopped if you are unable to swipe the final button to make the call. So that's important. It's up to your preference. Look at your situation and then make all these settings. If you go in settings and then go in advanced features, you will see disconnection alerts here, and you can set that up. So you can select none, sound and vibration, and full screen alert with sound and vibration. So whenever your watch is disconnected with your phone, the watch will alert you. Now you can select sound and vibration, in which case the watch will vibrate and will make a sound, but you can also select full screen alert with sound and vibration, and you can also select don't get alerts at home, and you can set up the location that way. But now once I've set this up and I'm wearing the watch, if I turn off the Bluetooth on my phone, this should launch a full screen disconnection alert on my watch. So let's take a look. So there you go, it's now telling me that my watch is now disconnected from my phone. If you're listening to music on your phone and your watch is connected to your phone and you want the music controls to appear on your watch automatically, you can do that too. So for that, simply go in settings, go in advanced features, and scroll down to auto launch media controls. Once you do that, whenever you will start an audio or video on your phone, the launch controls will appear on the watch. So let's try that out. So there you go, we have the music controls on the watch automatically as soon as I launch a song or a video on my phone. Just like you get device care on Galaxy phones, there is a device care option on this Galaxy Watch Ultra as well. So for that, we will go in settings and then we will scroll down to device care, and in here we get three options. We have battery, storage and memory. Now you can go in each one of them and set further controls. So if we go in battery, it tells us how much battery is left with 100% charge, so it is showing 2 days. Then we have our power saving mode, and if we keep scrolling, it will show us exactly what it will turn off. Then we also have the option to limit the health features from here. So if we go in here, you can read what health features it will limit. But the thing that I wanted to show you is the battery usage section, where you can exactly see which apps are using how much battery. Now I've just charged my Galaxy Watch Ultra to full, so that's why there is no app usage showing here. And then we can also go in sleeping apps and we can see which apps are sleeping in the background and are not using any battery. So you can take a look at all of these apps from here. Next we have storage here, so it shows you how much storage is available. So right now 20 gigs is available, and we can go in here and we can see how much storage is being used by images, audio, apps and watch faces. You can also go in them further and see which watch faces are installed. You can take a look at the apps, you can sort them by size or name, and then audio and images. And finally we have memory section here, where it shows us the RAM. So we get 2 gigs of RAM on this watch, and out of this 453 MB is available. You can clear this RAM by this clear button, and you can see which apps are using the most RAM at this present time. You can also set up default apps on Galaxy Watch Ultra, and for that we will go in settings, scroll all the way down to apps, and here you get the option choose default apps. So simply go in here, and here you can set up your browser. You can select your default digital assistant app. So if I tap in here, you can select between assistant or Bixby voice. Then we have the home app, which is obviously one UI. We don't get launchers on the watch, so you're stuck with that. And then we have phone app, and then you can also select your messaging app, whether you want Google Messages or Samsung Messages to be your default messaging app. On Galaxy Watch Ultra, we do not get the physical rotating bezel, although Samsung could have easily made this ring here a rotating bezel, but they didn't. Instead, they have given us a touch bezel, so all you have to do is put your finger on the edge of the display and start scrolling, and it works as a physical bezel. Now I have to tell you that this works great. It is very fast and very accurate, and the vibration makes you feel that you are rotating something physical, so the vibration clicks are great as well. Now there is a way to turn this feature on. Simply go in settings, go in general, and the first option you will see is touch bezel. Go in here, you can turn this on, and if you don't like the vibration feedback, you can turn that off. It feels fast and fluid and very responsive. This is not a hit or miss kind of a thing. It's great. I'm really liking this, and I'm using this more and more to navigate around the watch. Did you know that you can also change the orientation of the display and the buttons on Galaxy Watch Ultra? So you can wear it like this or even like this, whether you want the buttons to be outside or inside. Now let me show you how this is done. You have to go in settings, go in general, and scroll up, and you will see this option, orientation. Now here you can choose the wrist, left or right, and then you can choose the button's position. Right now the button's position is right because that's how I wear the watch, but then I can also choose it to be left, and then the display rotates, and then I can wear the watch like this, and in this case the buttons will be on the inside. Now here you have to remember that the orientation has changed but the function has not changed. So this is still the home button, so if I tap it, it will take me back to the home screen, and this is still the back button. So their functionality has not changed, just their orientation has changed. And similarly you can choose the right wrist, and then if you're wearing your watch like this and you want the buttons to be outside like this, you can tap on the left button and now the buttons will be on the outside and you can enjoy your watch in whichever orientation you want. Galaxy Watch Ultra also has a water lock mode, so if you are swimming with the watch on or showering, you can turn on this mode and that prevents any accidental touches or any accidental interaction with the display on the watch. You can turn the water lock mode on from the quick settings by tapping this button here, or you can also turn it on by going in settings, going in advanced features, and here you can turn on the water lock mode, and this locks the display down. You cannot interact with it unless you then long press the home button, and then it will make a sound and eject all the water out of the speakers. So let's see how this works. So there you go, it's making the sound and ejecting the water from the speakers, and you can press this button again to stop this sound. You can transfer your Galaxy Watch Ultra from one smartphone to the other smartphone without having to reset the watch. Whereas before, when you had to transfer your watch to a new phone, the watch had to be reset in order to connect to the new phone. But now this has changed, and you can go in settings, go in general, scroll down, and you will see this option, transfer watch to new phone. And in here you will see the prerequisites for this to happen. So if I get a new Samsung phone and I want to transfer this watch without resetting it to that new phone, I must be using the same Google account on this watch and that new phone, and then I don't have to reset it. And then the second thing here is that if you're signed into a Samsung account on the new phone, that account will be used on the watch as well. Another very important health feature that they have added in Galaxy Watch Ultra and Galaxy Watch 7 is the AGE index, which is basically a term that stands for Advanced Glycation End Products. And you can find it in Samsung Health. If you go down, that's your AGE or AGE's index. So it's an experimental feature because it says labs right up there, and you can read about it here as well. Your AGE index can give you a sense of your metabolic health, which reflects your overall biological aging process and is strongly influenced by your diet and lifestyle. And you can obviously go in your phone and get more information about your AGE index. So let's tap on this, and this will take us to my phone, and here once again you can see the index. It's not too good or not too bad, but somewhere in the getting worse section, so I need to basically work on my health. That's what it's saying here. Once again, you can see your data over a period of a week and months. So there is that. You can tap on this button here to learn more about your AGE index and how to improve your AGE index and how does the watch measure it. So this is a great way to understand about your metabolic health and where you are biologically and how you are aging. You can also create custom workouts and custom routines on Galaxy Watch Ultra. So first you have to go in Samsung Health and go in workouts, and then scroll all the way to the end and you will see this option, add. Now here you can add an exercise, you can create new exercise, and you can create new routines. So if I go in here, you can name your routine, you can select the warm-up time, you can add exercises here. So these are different categories from where you can add different exercises. You can add whatever you want. So let's say I want to add this one, and then you can add multiple exercises here which you want to do one after the other. So now I have arm curls, break, then back extensions, and you can go in these activities and customize them according to your preferences. You can go in break, you can change the time of the break or interval for the break, and there's an option to apply it to all breaks as well, which is great. Then you can add multiple exercises, and then finally you can select the cool down period. You can include breaks, you can set circuits here if you want to do again and again in circuits, and then you can save this routine and it will show up in your workouts, whatever you will name it. So that is how you can create multiple routines. So if, for example, you want to go into a gym, you can create a different routine for different days or whatever activities you want to do in the gym that day. In workouts on Galaxy Watch Ultra, you can set up different metrics and different goals that you want to track on the watch. So I'll show you the example of this. If we go in Samsung Health and go in exercise. And let's say I want to go in jump rope. Now here, before starting, I get the option to set calories as the goal, duration, and then you can set your reps and how much time you need for rest, and then how many sets you need. So you can set this all up even before starting the activity. Then you can set up to pause when the target reached or not. You can also turn on check position before starting, and this will help your watch to count your reps more accurately. Now if I go in another activity like running, I can then select the distance, calories, interval. There is a race feature here that allows you to compete against your past results, so you can basically compete against yourself and your past milestones. You can set up your route here. You can select your interval, whether you want warm-up time or not, recovery time, repeat. So you can set up all of this in different activities, and different activities will provide you different metrics and goals to play around with. Now on Galaxy Watch Ultra you can also check your blood pressure, and for that we have to go into the Health Monitor app, and here we first have to go through the process of calibration, where you have to wear the watch on one hand and then take your blood pressure through a blood pressure monitor from the other hand 3 times, and then the watch will be calibrated, and the Health Monitor app on your phone takes you through the process step by step. So once you're done with that, your watch will be ready to take your blood pressure. Now I have done that step and my watch is calibrated with the blood pressure monitor. Now all I have to do is go into the Health Monitor app on my watch, go in blood pressure and press on my ear. It shows you the instructions. So basically you have to wear your watch snugly away from the wristband and on the same wrist you wore it during calibration. So you have to wear it on the same wrist that you wore it during calibration. Also relax your hands and arm. The results displayed by Samsung Health Monitor are not a complete diagnosis of any medical condition. So Samsung is not taking any responsibility for any medical conditions or their diagnosis. So make sure you are not using this for clinical decisions. And then you press OK, and then you sit still and relaxed. And the watch gives you your blood pressure and your heart rate. On Galaxy Watch Ultra you can also measure your ECG, and for that you need to go into the Samsung Health Monitor app, and here you can see this option ECG. Now if you're doing this for the first time, you first have to go through orientation on the Galaxy Health Monitor app on your phone, and after you're through that you can just use your watch to take the ECG, and it will tell you that your watch should be on your preferred hand, and do not interpret this for any clinical decisions or any clinical diagnosis. For that you have to contact your doctor or emergency services, and then you press OK and you rest your finger, and then you just relax. Now once you're finished with the ECG, you can take a look at it on your phone, and it shows you your heart rate, your ECG pattern. You can tap on it to go into a bit more detail, and then you can also share this report as a PDF file with your doctor if you want to. Galaxy Watch Ultra also allows you to measure your body composition. So for that you have to go in Samsung Health, scroll all the way down to find body composition, and then tap on measure, add your details, go through the instructions, and then follow along. And that's how you can do your body composition and take a look at your analysis on the watch. You can also create multi-sport activity on Galaxy Watch Ultra, and for that you need to go in Samsung Health and then go in workout, and here you will see this multi-sport option. Now if you tap on it, you can see that you have already 2 options here, which is triathlon and then duathlon, and then there is a third one, aquathlon. And then you can also add your own activities, so you can add exercises from here. So these are the options that you have, which is pretty limited. So let's say we will add these 3 activities, and then you can go in each one of them. You can set up their targets, their metrics, whatever you want to do for each of them separately, and then you can just start the activity, and it will start with the first activity. and there it is. All the metrics are here. You can control your music, and then you can check all the 3 activities that you will be doing. You can also go to the next activity straight away, and you can skip the transition period as well, and then the next activity will start. So now we are on the next activity. Same thing, you can go to the next activity by skipping the wait time in between. So that's how you can create multi-sport activities and do them. On this watch we get a TrackBack option. So if we go in Samsung Health and start walking activity and go in settings, here you will see this option called TrackBack. Now right now this is grayed out because I'm not doing this activity right now, but if you are walking somewhere new and you don't know the way, you can use this option to navigate back to your starting point, and the watch will help you do that, and that is why this exists, so you don't get lost somewhere new. With Galaxy Watch Ultra, Samsung has introduced a new health metric which they call energy score. Now what this is basically is a Galaxy AI enabled feature which enhances your awareness of the ways your health influences your daily life. Now this basically looks at your sleep, your activity and your heart rate, and then combines all this data and analyzes it through AI and gives you one energy score, which should tell you are you ready for the day or not. And then it tells you what's your energy score. So right now it's showing that the energy score is fair, it's not good or bad, it's alright. And then below that it's showing us energy score factors. So we have sleep time average, sleep time consistency, bed wake time consistency, sleep timing, and then it comes to previous day activity, which it says needs attention, sleeping heart rate variability, and then heart rate during sleep, heart rate variability during sleep, skin temperature during sleep, and respiratory rate during sleep, and all of this it says is average. Now you can take a look at it some more by going and tapping on this button, show on phone. And now let's talk about the energy score on the phone, and you can go in these factors individually and see more detail about your health metrics, and you can see how you're improving or not improving. We have bed wake time consistency and it's showing excellent, and how it's varying over a period of time, sleep timing, and then previous day activity where it says it needs attention because the active time was 38 minutes, not up to the par. So it gives you very detailed information about your heart rate, your activity and your sleep, and how all of these are contributing towards your energy score and your physical health, and if you're ready for the day or not. So all of that is combined using AI into this one energy score. Since Galaxy Watch Ultra is geared towards adventure enthusiasts and people who want to take this watch on trekking or trails, you also get the option to create your GPX routes on this watch. Now that happens if you already have the route recorded on your phone, and for that I have to go into the Samsung Health app. If I go into the workouts and I track back to previous workouts, and here you can see that I have this track already recorded by the watch on the map. Now what I can do here is that I can tap on these buttons and I can share this route as a GPX file, and then I can load that up in my watch, and then the watch will help me navigate this route on the watch itself. Now this is a continuation of the feature that Samsung first introduced in Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. So basically the watch will navigate you through already recorded or already saved GPX route, and if you're going in the wrong direction, the watch will tell you that you are going in the wrong direction and you should change your direction. So I created a very detailed video on this, and I will link that up in the description below so you can take a look at how GPX routes work. You can also save a route here, so I can save this route here, and there is also an option to reverse this route. So once I've saved this route, what I can do is then I can go in the activities on my watch. Let's say I want to walk, I can go in settings, and here I can go in route, and this route is already available. I can tap on it and then I can just start, and the watch will help me stay on this route by helping me navigate on the watch screen. Now if we go into the voice recorder app on Galaxy Watch Ultra, you can then see that this is a basic voice recorder on the watch, and you can tap on it to start recording. You can pause it, start again, and then stop it. And all the recordings will be transferred to your phone at the same time, so they will be available on the watch as well as on your phone. And then Samsung has a very cool feature built on this recorder app on the watch itself, which is speech to text. And simply tap on this button and speech to text appears. Go in here, select the language, and when you will start talking now, it will record everything, but at the same time in the back end all your speech will be converted to text as well. So if I stop it, and then you can go in here and you can see your recording in the form of transcript on the watch. Now this will also be transferred to your phone, so whatever you have recorded through this feature, you will have a transcript available on the phone as well. Now you can also control your phone's camera with the camera controller app on Galaxy Watch Ultra. So if I can find the camera controller app in the app drawer, tap on it, it will load the preview, and here you can see that it is pretty accurate and fast. There is no lag between the two. There's a timer up top here. I can take photos, I can go into the video mode, I can start recording the video, I can take photos while recording the video, I can stop it, I can pause it, and I can also go in the gallery on the watch as well. Now all of these photos taken on the watch will be transferred to the phone as well. So that's about it from this video, guys. This was a long one. Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra has tons of features, and I tried my best to cover as many of them as possible in this one. Let me know in the comments what you think. I will see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye.